Welcome everyone and good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to connect with you all. The past few months have been very challenging. That's why we made a priority at Precision Accounting to assist you with whatever is possible. It is extremely important to make sure we are addressing issues before the year end. This is what I hope to cover today, and more important, to answer any questions that you might have. So let's begin. Our agenda for today is as follows. We are excited to introduce the financial package. We strongly believe this will empower you with the information and ensure the accuracy of your records. We will have a quick demo of how to use the financial package. Also, some of us have already been using it. Nevertheless, we have some new updates that I wanted to share with you. And last but not least, I am looking forward to answer any questions that you may have. So what is the financial package? We have three core benefits of financial package. It will provide you with visibility of your financial progress. It will ensure the accuracy of your financial information, and it will increase the accessibility to your most recent financial statements. So let's dive in on each of these benefits in more details. As you can see here on my screen, I'm sharing with you, this is the first page, business overview. This is the first page that you will be landing once you log into the URL. You'll be able to see a year-to-date profit and loss statements that will show all your income, expenses, and net income. And also, let me do that so you can see so this is all the income, expenses, and net income. And this is going to be a year to date at any single moment that you log into that screen. Also, on the right sides, you will be seeing a monthly summary of your profit and loss statements. This is going to show you income versus expenses for every single month. Right here, you will be seeing all the pending transaction, if there is any pending transaction. And what I mean by pending transaction, any transaction and new vendors that you never been used before, or any transactions that we need your help to be able to classify how this is going to be classified in your financials. And this will take us to the next benefits, which is accuracy. As you can see here in that tab, it's showing pending transaction. So when you log in, you'll be able to go to that tab. It will show you all the pending transaction. In this example, we have 3 pending transactions. So you will see the name of the vendor, the date, the amount of the transaction, and what we'll be needing from you is to choose from the drop-down menu from here. What is this? It should be office expenses, rent, whatever kind of expense. We'll go into more details when we go to the demo on how to go inside. The third benefits is accessibility, which is going to give you an access to all your financial statements at your fingertips. So as you can see here, we have that tab, business overview, pending transaction, and you have a profit and loss statements for 2021. This is going to show you month by month all your income and expenses. And also you will be able to have all your historical information. So profit and loss statement for 2020, balance sheet, as you can see here, this is something that's going to be very accessible. And it's very important for every single one of you to be able to manage your finances and have an up-to-date information. Now we can go to the demo. I walk you through, it's going to be right here. Once you log in, you'll be able to see here, business overview. This is the same live demo of what you will be able to see. If you go here to pending transaction, you'll be able to see the transaction. And what you need to do is choosing from the drop-down menu, what is this for? So for example, if that office expense, you just need to scroll down in office supplies, John Smith's shop, For example, let's say this is like repairs. So what you need to do is just like type in repairs and quick stop. Let's say this is auto for gas station. So auto expense. And our team will take it from there. And if you don't know how to classify it, that's no problem. You just need to write here any memo and we'll take it from there. That's it for the financial package. I believe this is very important for us to have this, to be able to have up-to-date information, and that will minimize the year-end question and answers, and will give you most recent and updated information. And I would like to take any questions if you guys have any questions.
You can tell them on whoever has a question, they can type in the chat.
You can type in the chat if you have any questions. I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have.
We have one question asking, how often do we need to do this?
It's actually, it's up to you. You can do it like the more frequent you do it, the more up-to-date information that you might have. And what I'm saying, pending transaction, not necessarily you would have pending transaction. It might have zero. Your goal should be always to bring that to zero. That means that all the transactions has been classified and booked. You can visit that URL for your financial information. This is going to be something that you would like to see, to be able to see where you're standing with your financials, how much sales, how much revenue, expenses, breakdown of expense. So you can do it at your own time. This is a beauty of these tools, that we don't have to be on the phone with one of our teams asking you to do it. You can do it on the weekend, you can do it in the morning, at nights, whatever times is best for you.
Another question that we have, can you go back to where we're seeing the total number of pending transactions?
Yeah, sure. So pending transaction, it's going to be like right here. So business overview, this is going to show how many transactions. It's always going to show you how many transactions outstanding in the business overview tab. And once you go to pending transaction tab, it will give you the details with the name, dates, and amounts of those transactions.
Another question, how far back we will be able to access our financial records?
In the time being, we do it like 2 years, but I request, if you want more information, this is something that we can accommodate, no problem. We can add whatever years you can, you would like to have it on your URL.
Another question. Thank you so much for doing this. This is a great support. I have a question. Sometimes I'm having difficulties understanding the transaction classification. Where should I put in my input?
That's what we have in the pending transaction sheet here. If you know how to classify it, like as we did from the drop-down menu, like supplies, repairs, auto, if you don't know what to do, just write other, choose other from here. It will be like other expense. And you can write in the memo here, whatever you can explain to one of our team, and we'll try to classify it to the best of what it should be.
Another question. Is there any legal concerns with how we classify it?
I can't say that, because most of the time it's, at the end of the day, classification, as long as it's an expense, it will go under your profit and loss statement, expenses, something like that. So basically, it's for, it doesn't really matter when it comes to government, if you classify as supplies, office supplies, or repairs, it's going to be an expense, and it's a legit expense. As long as it's a legit expense, you will be able to deduct it in your tax return. It's more of kind of like visibility for you to be able to, how much did I spend on rent? How much did I spend on supplies? How much did I spend on whatever items is? So by able to accurately classify those transactions, it give you more financial insights on how much exactly we spend on every single items. That's all.
So someone else is again thanking for the detailed explanation. And someone was having a difficulty when they're updating this. How mobile friendly is and the accessibility to this for?
This is something that we are working on. This is very soon. You'll be able to access that from your mobile phone, update all this transaction. You don't have to go on a computer to be able to do that. In the meantime, this is the case right now. It's much easier to do it from a computer because it's not like user friendly. It's a size and it's like a website that's not designed for a mobile app. But like we've been working on it, and it's very soon you'll be able to do that in a very friendly, user friendly way from your mobile.
Excellent. One more question we're having. What is the meaning of source on the
Yes, source is like where this transaction is coming from. So if you have checking account, credit card, so here it's gonna be telling you this is coming from account, let's say Capital One Bank 123, or it's coming from American Express card. So this is to make it easy for you to be able to classify the transaction if we have a question about it. So it's going to be telling you this is coming from which account, which credit cards. So this is the source where the transaction is coming from.
Another question, do I need a Gmail to access this form?
No, at this time, no. Any email, once we have that email, we just need to maybe to have the emails that you want to use to log into that sheet, because like this sheet is protected and we only authorize one email, which is the owner for the company email, to be able to access it. Nobody else will be able to access it. So in case if you have more than one email, you might be logging with an, let's say that we authorize you under a Yahoo email. That's the email that we added, and you're logging with a different email. It's going to tell you that you don't have access to that sheets. You have to switch accounts to be able to. So if any of you guys ran into something like that, you can send us an email or reach out to one of the team, and they will be more than happy to help you with resolving that issue.
Another question, can you go back to the business overview?
Sure.
And what is the difference between the two P&Ls that we see on the screen?
This is like an annual. It's kind of like giving you year-to-date total income, and this is like gonna give you like a month over month. So this chart is kind of like total income year-to-date. So January 2021 to May 31st, 2021, for example, how much total income. Here, it's gonna give you like a monthly breakdown of how much is the income and how much is the expenses of every single month. So the green, as you can see, it shows you how much your sales month over month, and the red will be showing you your expenses on a monthly basis, and the blue is going to show your net income or losses. So in the first 3 months, this was like losses, and then it turned to incomes in the last months.
And the question that we have, will the financial package help us during the tax season to review our finances with you?
Yeah, definitely. This is the main goal, other than that you'll be able to manage your business and see how much money you're making in expenses throughout the year. If we have those transactions to zero, that means at the year end, you already know how much money you made, how much expenses, and it's kind of like you're approving that we kind of just going to prepare the financial statements, move ahead and prepare your tax return. But like before using that financial package, it's like we're working on two different work. So right now we're working, and at the year end, we're gonna share with you the financial statements to review it and see this is how much you make. And you might change some stuff, and it's gonna be like back and forth. By using that tool, we don't have to go back and forth because like you kind of like logging into your financial statements on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis, whatever frequency you would like to log in and review it. So as the year end, it's going to be kind of already reviewed and we agreed on all the numbers that we have it here.
Another person again is thanking for this package and feel that it will be very helpful. Their question will be now that this financial package is giving us visibility in our finances before the tax season, would it be possible to schedule meetings to strategize for taxes before the year ends?
Yeah, that's one of the things that these tools will help because like a lot of people don't look at the financial unless it's time to do the taxes in right now. After the fact, they meet with me in January or in February or in March. It's like, wow, I didn't know that I made that much. How come I have to pay all these taxes? How come? So by now, but we are doing that on a more timely fashion in timely, like this is basically updated, like I would say on a daily basis. So if we have that kind of insights that you already know, if we have any miscommunication or something, it will be cleared throughout the years. And this will enable us to plan and before the year end close. So if you see your financial statements in October, November, and December before the year end closing, you would be able to really tell how much net income we have so far. If we have any plans to buy any equipments, buy anything, do any moves, that would enable you to be able to see it and to those decisions before the year end closing. Or otherwise, if we are reviewing that in January or February or March, this is like we're not going to be able to do retroactive. It's going to be after the facts.
Excellent. And one more question. We've been getting calls from team members asking us to update and clear transactions. Is this what they were talking about?
Yes, this is the same exact thing. So now instead of having phone calls, you have to go over the phone or do this or that. Right now, you can do it at your own time. When you have time, just go ahead and do it.
Another question that we're having. One second. I'm just trying to read it. We often request P&L statements. Can we now download the P&L statement and use it right away, or that's something that still needs your signature?
I would say as long as there is no pending transaction, this is going to be okay. You can print it at any time. This is your profit and loss statements. But at some point, it depends on where you're going to use it for. Banks or official, sometimes they're not going to accept it as a printout from your QuickBooks or from our software. It would need a signature. But for internal use, this is something that you can just print it anytime and use it. But it depends on what you're going to use it for.
Excellent. A few last questions that we're having. How often would the balance sheet be updated on the financial package?
And right now, we're more concerned about like P&L and the transactions. So the profit and loss statements will be updated monthly, as well as the balance sheet. So the balance sheet will update it on a monthly basis. And that's the goal for all the clients moving forward.
Excellent. One last question. And the question is about that number. Is the goal to try to get the number, I think we answered that. Is the goal trying to get the number of pending transactions zero almost every month?
Yes, I would say all the time. If we can get that to zeros, that means that what you're looking at as a profit and loss statements balance sheet, this is like a very representing we don't have any questions that are gonna be like not representing the financial statements. So here, even though we have an income of, let's say, 2 million, but we still have 3 transactions that need to be classification. So once we classify all those transactions, then I would say yes, 1.2 million is an accurate net income, or it's going to be more or less. It depends on this transaction. So, for example, if this transaction has been classified to be a personal, not business related, then the income will be going up. If they stay as an expense, then the net income will not change.
The last question that we have, I see the financial package has tremendous value when it comes to communication between us and the office. Would it be possible for us to request customized views on our business dashboard?
That's something that we were working on as well, because like every business is different, and based on like what you would need, we would be more than happy to accommodate what view you would like to see, what information you would like to see. This is something that definitely, this is just the start. So I would be more than happy to hear any special requests from you guys for how you would like to see your financial package.
I know we said last question, but there's another one came in.
No problem.
Would that mean if we're using the financial package that we will have less time with you?
No, definitely.
It's the opposite.
The goals that we're doing right now, we're trying to give you more time, give you more dedication for every single business. And the only difference that might be we're spending more time back and forth, saving your time and our time on clearing transaction. Let's say we meet with you and say, okay, I don't know those transactions. Like, okay, let me go back to my office. I'll check my checkbook and get back to you on what this transaction is. Now I'm wasting your time and our time. So the main goal of that is to save everybody time. It's not like to have less time.
And I think to your point is making sure that the books throughout the year is
Up to date.
up to date.
Yeah, the main goal of what we're introducing, I'm trying to change what we're providing. We're not just a tax preparer. We're not a firm that you're coming at the year end to fill out an application that the government needs. That's most of people think how they interact with our firm. We're trying to provide more financial insights, more useful and helpful information for you throughout the years. How to be able to navigate and move throughout your business, take more informed decision. It's not about like, forget about taxes, forget about preparing your year-end tax return. This is something else. So I hope that you will find this useful and use it and help you improve and manage your business in a better way.
Excellent.
Any more questions?
I think we answered all of them. We will just ask people to fill out a survey that we're putting in the link.
Sure.
They can do
I
that.
would like to thank every one of you. Thank you guys for attending, and this is just the start. I will be more than happy to answer any question in the future, and hopefully we will have more of these webinars to be more of answering all your questions on more updated. Thank you so much.